The intro. Well,
Hello and welcome to the What's Good with Gil and Larry podcast. I am Gilly Rosari. This is my main man, Larry Loper. Listen, he's not feeling so great, so we're just gonna try and build him up. Build him up. Let's get the topics going and build him up. And of course, this is our post Super Bowl 60 podcast. So let's just start there. Listen, I did not do good with my picks all year, but I nailed this one. I nailed it. I said Seattle, first half would be close. They would comfortably pull away in the second half, and it would be an under, but they would easily cover the 4.5 points. They did all that. So congratulations to the Seattle Seahawks. They were the best team. Congratulations to Sam Darnold. Congratulations to Kenneth Walker III for getting the MVP. Both Sam and Kenneth both went to Disneyland for a day, and I had to come right back because the parade, I believe, was today in Seattle. So congratulations to them. Clint Kubiak now is officially the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. Let's see if he could turn any of that around. So, the game went kind of how we said it was going to go. I know you took the over, but other than that, I think we were spot on. What did you think of the game?
man,
Did you think it was okay, or was it kind of a disappointment because it kind of went the way we said it was going to go?
um, you know, between my delirium of being sick, what I saw though in the first half was like it was actually, man, for it to be a defensive first half, because it was definitely a defensive first half. It wasn't a boring defensive first half. When on the Rams that played, that the Rams that played was it New England at the time, and it was a 10-9 game or 12-9, whatever the game ended up being. Remember, it was a low
Yes.
scoring game.
Yes.
Jared Goff was the quarterback at the time, and it was
Yes.
just a boring
Yes.
defensive game. This one was so, oh my goodness, man. You talking about the secondary being on point. The secondary really was lighting it up on both sides. On
Mhm.
both sides. No quarterback was comfortable in that game. No quarterback was comfortable. I thought Sam Darnold actually did as crazy it was. He had a crazy good game. It wasn't jumping at you far as yardage and just,
Mhm.
but what he didn't do was turn the ball over. He didn't cost his team critical downs. He had to scramble and make plays happen. I wasn't there. And I think the difference in that whole game was the fact that Seattle was able to establish the run. That was the whole thing. If you got an aggressive defense, as you know, Gil, if you have an aggressive defense, what you do, you run at it.
Mhm.
You run at it. So whatever team was able to establish the run, I thought was going to be able to win that game because defensively, they did their job. You know, New England took away, the Patriots took away their number one threat was JSN. They took him away.
Mhm.
He didn't have that type of game.
And
They
then he
did
got hurt in the second half.
that too. Um, the plays weren't there as far as downfield. They just wasn't there as far as passing. And Drake May never got comfortable. I thought it was a brilliant, brilliant way that they came, man, as far as the scheme, because he never got comfortable. And then by the time he had throws there, he was already off. He was rushing. It wasn't a spot on performance. Um, First half was what it was, defensive game, field goal game. It was field goals. The second half, the first team I thought was going to be able to establish some type of lead, which was Seattle. I thought they really kind of just was dominating the game, field position, defensively. They brought it, and then, like I said, Kenneth Walker was able to get some big yards. Um, Quite deservingly, he deserved the MVP. Outside of him, it would have been the defense, because the defense really won the game to me. And it was what it was. We knew that Seattle on paper was a better team. We thought that the path there was a little bit more harder because of the competition level. Um, and New England, man, tip they had to Vrabel for taking a 4-13 squad all the way to the big dance your first year. Nothing looked down about. It wasn't like y'all just went out there and just totally had a bad game. It's just that their defense was just a tad bit better. Y'all defense played lights out too. So going into that, you don't like losing, but the loss, somebody had to lose that game. It was one of them type of things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought that maybe if they could have got the run going with Stevenson and it would have Henderson. I'm not saying it'd been a different game. I just thought that would have took a lot of pressure off the quarterback if New England was able to get some type of rhythm.
Yeah, I'm in pretty much agreement. One of the things that I want to give Seattle credit for is they never made it easy for New England. They didn't go for it on fourth down. They took the points. They took the field. They were fine going up 3-0, 6-0, 9-0, 12-0. They took the points. They never gave New England that spark, like we stopped them. Let's go, let's go. No, they just took what was there. I mean, Sam Darnold only threw for 202 yards, but in 3 games he didn't turn the ball over, not once. No interception, no fumbles. So he played within himself, and he let all 3 phases were good for Seattle, where they weren't all good for New England. The special teams was great. The 5 field goals. How great was the punter, that Australian punter? He's either booming it in the end zone or he's doing the coffin kick where it's going out at the 6-yard line and stuff like that. So all 3 phases came to play. That really was the best team. Now I want to ask you. And I thought Christian Gonzalez over on New England, heck of a game. Heck of a game.
Heck of a game.
Oh, man, he stopped like 3 big plays all by himself.
Yeah,
heck of a game.
Good point, man. He is their number 1 guy.
Yeah.
He
gonna make himself some money.
Oh, is he ever? And once I like what they got set up for the future, man. Obviously, next year is not going to be as easy because I know that schedule gonna get harder. I know it's going to get harder. I still, I still believe Buffalo is going to challenge them for that division because one thing, even with the upgrade or the coaching change, I don't know about upgrade, but let's just say coaching change. Their offense still going to be booming. It's still going to be an offensive-minded team. The question is they going to be able to put it together defensively. But New England is going to be the targets on you now. And you went to the Super Bowl.
And guess what? They don't have that easy schedule next year. I already heard the teams that they got to play. And one of those teams, they got to play at Chicago. Yeah, they had an easy schedule, and now they don't have an easy schedule. So they might be one of those teams that gets better, but has a worse record because I don't think they're going to win 14 games.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this question because I heard this proposed on the radio yesterday. Do you think every team in the NFC that made the playoffs would have beaten New England in the Super Bowl?
Every team?
Every team. So that's Seattle, the Rams, the 49ers, the Bears, the Packers, the Eagles.
And the Panthers, right?
And the Panthers.
No.
Which teams do you think New England would have beaten?
They would have beat the Eagles.
I think they would have beat the Eagles, yes.
They beat the Panthers.
I think they would have beat the Panthers, yes.
San Francisco was injured, so that team that was on the field, they would have beat them.
I'm not sure about that because that team beat the Eagles.
They got smashed by Seattle, though.
Well, Seattle was the best team.
Exactly. But you got to think that defense was good. New England's defense was good. So the defense was a difference in the Super Bowl. San Francisco defense wasn't that good. So you talking about bringing pressure to Drake May, he'd have ate them. I believe he would have ate that defense alive.
All right, so you're saying San Francisco. I don't know that I agree with that, but you're saying San Francisco.
Yeah.
What about Chicago? More of an offensive team than a defensive team.
Yeah, it'd have been a shootout. I don't know. I think they could have probably beat Chicago.
What about Green Bay?
Now Green Bay, I don't know. Crazy may say I know y'all beat them, but I don't know about Green Bay. I don't know about Green Bay.
About the Rams.
No, no, they wouldn't have beat the Rams. No, we
So you
said
so you think they would have beaten everybody except obviously Seattle, the
yeah,
Rams,
yeah,
and maybe Green Bay.
maybe Green Bay.
I think those three teams would have beat them. I think Chicago would have beat them. I think San Francisco would have beat them.
Okay,
I mean, it's just my opinion. But to
you ain't gotta
me,
have an opinion, man.
to me, there was always like an excuse for New England to win. You know, in
What?
the playoffs, there was an excuse. The regular season, they had the easiest schedule in 26 years. I think they said the 1999 Rams. Since
Yeah,
the 1999 Rams, they've had the easiest schedule.
yeah,
So I just think if they would have played a real NFC team, I think they probably would have beaten them. I'm not going to say Carolina because they were under 500.
right.
I'm not going to say the Eagles because I know it's a big debate, but I really think the Eagles struggle offensively
Yeah,
and good defense, but it seems like it's not the good defense that beats New England. It's the
right.
teams that can run a decent offense and special teams. Um, but okay, it just felt like New England. I hate to say this, I'm going to sound like a hater. It just felt like after watching the game, New England didn't deserve to be there. I felt
Yeah,
like it should have been Denver or Buffalo.
yeah, yeah. Denver, or Buffalo, man. I'm telling you, I was rooting for Buffalo. Man, just Buffalo being aggressive. I still go back to just being aggressive and in that moment, especially when your defense held them not to score anything. All you need is a field goal, you win the game. A field goal, bro. Not you don't need a touchdown. You don't gotta be that, you got to kick her with a leg. You know what I mean? You don't have to
If
be
they
that.
would if they would have called that a catch, it would have been field goal
Yeah,
range.
and technically it was, it's a catch.
I thought it was a catch.
I thought it was a catch too, man. It was
Now I don't know what a catch is.
I don't. I mean, I ain't know what the catch was since Dez Bryant caught that catch, made a football play, and they said no, he didn't score. I'm
I
done.
I
I'm
I
done.
I think that was the moment I didn't know what a catch was either.
Yeah.
Because I
Oh,
thought I saw that replay 20 times. I thought it was a
20
catch all
times,
20
bro.
times.
20 times, and
All
I
20.
still don't see what they didn't see. Impossible. But speaking of your opinion, because you are allowed to have, you're allowed to have an opinion.
In this country, are you sure?
I guess that segues to the big talk outside of the game was Bad Bunny's performance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like I said before, I was underneath NyQuil, a blanket, and wishing I wasn't sick. That part. So I missed his
I was wishing you weren't sick either.
I know, buddy, man. I know, buddy. I know, buddy. It's I know. I didn't catch the performance. I could tell you this though, and if you don't know who he is, America, which me and you watch wrestling, so we know him
Mm-hmm.
from wrestling. But also, he is the number one artist in the world.
Right now he is.
In the world,
Mm-hmm. Right now
the
he
world,
is. He was the biggest winner at the Grammys 2 weeks ago.
the world, right? Oh, he
Mm-hmm.
was. He swept it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's always debatable when it comes to the Grammys. That's like being 100% political, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
But any old way, any old hoo-hoo, this guy is famous. Okay, I don't know Spanish, right? I'm in a country where we're in a bilingual, multicultural. America's multicultural. I don't know what world you live in, but the world I live in is that we have a lot of ethnicities in this country. It's a melting pot. I don't care where you go. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this American thing of American been out the window. I don't know what American is supposed to be. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? I really don't. Okay. Yes, the whole performance in Spanish. The guy's Spanish, he's Puerto Rican. Okay,
Puerto
which is
Rican. Yep.
American territory, by the way, an American
Mm-hmm.
territory. So
It's a Commonwealth of America, yes.
okay, so that makes you
Which makes him American.
that makes him American. Last time I checked, right? And unfortunately, whatever, he represents Latin communities worldwide, which America is a lot more Latin countries than it is American. It's the truth. It's a big globe. It's a lot of Latin, Spanish-speaking countries. It really is. Okay, either which way. Darn if you do, darn if you don't. Okay, this is what the halftime show has became. They said last year Kendrick Lamar's was the worst. Prior to that, they said it was the worst.
It was fine.
They said it was the worst.
It was fine.
It's worse. That's what they said. It was the worst. We had malfunction with Janet Jackson in the suit. That part. That was raunchy. I don't know. Outside of, I don't know who's in the safe zone. Who had, because maybe was Prince in the safe zone?
Well, Prince to me is my favorite halftime show. Now that was the worst Super Bowl for me, but it was my favorite halftime show.
Yeah, it was definitely
when you see
it was a great one. It was a great
when
one.
you see Prince singing "Purple Rain" in the rain.
You can't make that one though, could you?
No, couldn't plan that.
Couldn't plan that one, right? America, calm down. Okay, calm down. Trump said, I'm not even want to quote Trump, man. Trump need to fall back, man. Come on, man. Come on. We need to stop. I know we United States of America, man, but we the divided states of America. We're not the United States of America. We're the divided states of America. And God forbid you have an opinion. God forbid that you don't agree with me, Gil. You just didn't agree with me about San Francisco and my saying San Francisco and Lou, right? Guess what?
Are you going to delete me on Facebook?
I'm not going to be your friend anymore because you do not agree with my opinion. What kind of world do we live in when you don't believe like I believe, Gil? So shame to you.
It's just getting more and more ridiculous. More and more. First of all, the people who didn't like the performance are probably the exact same people who didn't like what he had to say at the Grammys 2 weeks prior and didn't think he deserved to be host of Saturday Night Live 1 week ago. And they only watched the halftime show just to bitch about it. Okay, how are you going to say, I heard this today on the radio. As a matter of fact, I'm going to call him out by name. I heard him on Mad Dog Sports talking to Chris Russo, the guy that's on Wednesdays on First Take. His name is Hayden from Virginia. And he complained that he did not like the halftime show being in all Spanish because he couldn't understand it. And at the same time, thought the lyrics were bad, in bad taste and vulgar at the same time, and didn't like the dancing, said it wasn't good for children. So let me respond to him and many other people who said such a thing. You didn't like it because it was all in Spanish that you chose to watch. You chose to watch. It's music. It's music. You need to know the lyrics, really? How many of you knew all the lyrics to Kendrick Lamar last year? Probably the same amount of people who knew what Bad Bunny was saying this year. But I digress. Oh, you didn't like because it was all Spanish because this is America, right? This is America. Yet you didn't like the lyrics because they were vulgar. Yet somehow you understood the lyrics but didn't understand Spanish. But you didn't like how they were dancing because it was inappropriate. Even though my wife and my son were dancing in the living room, I didn't see nothing inappropriate. You're just complaining just to complain. You're being divisive just to be divisive. It's what you're doing. It's what and let me tell you something. And I feel like I could say this. I know you can say this. I voted for Trump. He's not doing himself any favors right now. Okay? Between that little stupid thing he did on Twitter, which wasn't so little, mocking our former president and first lady with putting a cartoon monkey body with their heads. Very disrespectful. And even if that wasn't him personally, and that was someone in his administration, he certainly knows about it. Didn't take it down, didn't apologize for it, because God forbid he apologized for anything, and didn't have somebody fired. That is terrible. One thing that I do, and this is the last thing I'm going to say about Trump. One thing that I've always done is defended him when people are like, "Oh, he's trying to be a dictator and he's so racist and this and that." And I've always defended him. I know he's got black employees and black friends. As far as people could be friends with him, I'm sure if you're not a business friend, then you're not a friend with him. I'm sure he's that kind of a friend. But nevertheless, I've always defended him with the racism part. But this thing with the Obamas, you got to show respect. Former president, former first lady, and that thing being on X, and him not taking it down or saying this, this was a mistake, this wasn't me, this was just someone in the administration, it's being investigated. For him to let that go, now I can't defend him on the racism part anymore. I can't. You do a monkey video with our former president and first lady, I can't defend you now. Now I can't. Now I can't. Because at the very minimum, he knows about this and did nothing. Did nothing. I'm more than pretty sure you agree with me with this. But let's go back to the Bad Bunny thing. There's one extreme, there's another extreme. There's the extremes that we were just talking about with the people that just want to complain to complain. Mm-hmm. Just, it was in Spanish. I'd like to ask those people, in this country, what is the adapted number one universal language in this country? Officially.
Spanish.
It's not Spanish.
It's not Spanish?
It's not
Is
Spanish.
It English?
It's not English.
Adopted
universal language in this country. Let me help you out, because you took the two ones that are the most popular, but guess what? There is no official adopted language in this country. So for those people that are saying he should have been speaking English, why? For those people that are saying, well, it's fine for it to be Spanish. Yeah, because it's Spanish music. But it's not English or Spanish. It's music. There is no adopted language. Do more people speak English in this country? Yes, a lot more. But a lot of people do speak Spanish and only Spanish. Okay? Right. Puerto Rico, we talked about this, is a Commonwealth of the United States, which means Bad Bunny is an American.
Yes.
He is an American. Now, me personally, I don't agree with what he said at the Grammys when he's like, there are no illegal aliens. Yes, there are. But you're not one of them.
Yeah.
You are not one. But yes, there are. There are ways to be legal in this country. Yeah, and I'm not gonna, and I like the pre-game show, the concert with Green Day. I like Green Day's music. I don't like the whole thing with them, the lead singer saying the people who work for ICE should quit their job and blah, blah, all this stuff. Listen, ICE is a task force that was created by the president, and they are doing their job by searching out and getting rid of illegal aliens in this country. I am in favor of that. What I'm not in favor of is them killing and murdering civilians unarmed, whether it's a protest or whatever. They carry weapons. They're not just one at a time. They're in a group. They should be able to handle a woman driving a Ford Explorer in a protest. They could shoot out tires. They don't have to shoot through the windshield or through the window and kill her. Okay? This nurse guy in Minnesota who kicked out the headlights of their truck, when they got out, they could have detained him. They could have arrested him. They didn't have to murder him, which is what they did. I am anti-murder. I'm anti-murder. Sorry. Okay? You want to get rid of the illegal aliens? That's right. Investigate, detain, bring them in, arrest, deport. I'm for that. I am. I don't need to go into a whole bunch of reasons why. I'm for it. But I'm not in favor of murdering civilians. And I'm more than pretty sure that you're in agreement with that as well. I don't want to get too heavy, I don't want to get too heavy. Now, the flip side are the people that supported Bad Bunny so much that they got to say things like on social media, if you were offended by the halftime show or you don't support the halftime show being sung in Spanish, well, delete me, don't be my friend, all this other stuff. John Leguizamo, don't watch my movies, don't listen to my stand-up specials, delete me off of social media. Bro, can we just relax? Can we just, I like this, I don't like that. And just because I don't agree with everything that you think or say, I got to be deleted. I got to be canceled.
Yep.
I'm entitled to my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion. Let me tell you how ridiculous it is. Okay? How many people do you know, you personally know, love, not like, love to eat mashed potatoes?
Love.
Like a lot to love. Yes. They see mashed potatoes. They're at Thanksgiving. Oh, I'm going to get a scoop of that. How many people?
Probably a lot.
A lot, majority, if not
Yeah,
all.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I can't stand mashed potatoes. The smell of it makes me nauseous and want to gag. Ugh, ugh. Truth. I don't like that I don't like it, but I really, really, really don't like it. I am the only person that I know of that can't. I refuse to eat mashed potatoes. Everybody else I know likes it or likes it a lot or loves it,
That's a good
right?
point.
I'm the only one that I know hard pass.
That's a good
Are
point.
are are are, are all these other people, and it's almost everybody I know, should they just shut me out because I can't eat mashed potatoes? I'm not a fan of mashed potatoes. So many people love mashed potatoes, but not Gil. Not Gil. Well, Gil doesn't eat the way I think he should eat. I would be offended if I'm at a Thanksgiving dinner with Gil and he's not eating the mashed potatoes. Does
Man,
that sound ridiculous to you?
man, you know what, bro? Ever since he been in office, I knew this was gonna happen. This was the only downside of him being the president. Is that all these inner feelings, all these hidden agendas, all these things that you was keeping suppressed. Now you feel you have the voice to go out here and say, okay, this is how I feel. And if you don't feel the way I feel, forget you. Let's be divided. Forget you. I hate you. Hate. Okay. I get tired of it, bro. I really do. I do. Like if it takes for a man to come out for you to be able to stand on what you stand on, and that's sad. If you had to wait, stomach whatever you stomach 4 years dealing with Biden, and now when Trump come out, you just got this big old mouthpiece. You know, you was hidden like a little mouse somewhere, and now all of a sudden you're a lion. You're roaring loud. When everybody hear you roar, wow, we acknowledge you. What Roman Reigns say, acknowledge me.
Mhm.
Okay, we acknowledge you. Wow. People, it's okay to feel how you feel. Okay.
Right.
It's okay to disagree. Look, I always say, man, I agree to disagree. Let's agree to disagree. Okay, let's kill it right there. Let's kill it right there.
You
Okay, because
got your views.
there you
I
go.
got mine.
There you go.
You live your life. This is
There you
America.
go.
You
Bro.
live your life. I live mine.
There you
We'll
go.
meet in the middle,
There you
and
go.
where it's different, we'll just keep it moving.
There you go.
You are a practicing Muslim,
Yes,
yes?
I am. Yes, I am.
And I am uh I say non-religious. Most people would say atheist. That's very different. You and
Yeah.
I in that aspect is very different. But
Yes.
you know that I respect
No
the
doubt.
way you live your life,
No
your
doubt.
commitment to it, not eating certain
No doubt.
things. And when you go through Ramadan and stuff like that, I'm supportive of that.
No
That
doubt.
ain't how I live my life,
Right.
but I'm supportive of you
Right.
in your beliefs and how you're living your life,
No
and
doubt.
vice versa, because I'm not about that life or any religion. You're like, that's cool. I'm still going to do my thing,
Yep.
right? It don't affect you negatively in any way.
No,
And
sir.
at any point where you're like, you know what, this podcast thing might not work out because he don't
No, sir.
believe in a God.
No,
He
sir.
don't believe in some kind of afterlife. I'm not sure I can hook up with this guy.
No, sir.
Right? In one ear, out the other.
No,
Oh,
sir.
okay, that's how he is. Cool, cool. Don't
No, sir.
affect me. Right?
No, sir.
Right?
Because at the end of
And
the day,
we can still have an
yes, sir.
intelligent conversation. We've
Yeah.
done it before. You've explained to me certain things. I've explained to you my points of view of certain things. I'm like, hey, that kind of makes sense. I
Yep.
get with that. I get with that. And we keep it moving.
Keep it moving, man.
I mean,
It, look, it's not.
what are we doing?
It is
Because
not
of
my
a
job.
halftime show was in
That
Spanish?
part, man.
You're
That
gonna
part
throw
right there, is
away
cool, bro.
family
But hold
members,
up.
friends.
If you felt that offended, right? One, you got, especially if you're home, you could have just turned the channel. It's that simple. If you felt that the dance was inappropriate, change the channel.
You could have
Watch
listened to
the show.
Kid Rock. Kid Rock had another
Just-
special on at the same
Exactly.
time.
It's cool. And far as the dance moves on, bro, I don't know what world we freaking live in, man. Y'all need to start the like instead of you being your little stupid box, and I'm gonna call it a stupid little box, right? Because it's a big world. If we lived in your little box, we would still think the world was flat, and you'll fall off the end of it if you sailed across. Okay, it took for people to think outside the box, to have be adventurous, to want to go see the other parts of the world and experience other cultures and experience other, because that's how you become not ignorant. That's how you become not ignorant. I don't have to understand what you do, but if I have a better understanding of how you are, it makes me less ignorant of how you are. You know what I mean? And maybe you need to study some history. Maybe you need to study something outside what you normally study, man. Because if you knew, we watched Dancing with the Stars, right?
Mhm.
You ever watch Dancing with the Stars with all the ex football
I've
players?
never watched it, but I know
Okay.
of it. I
The
know of it.
concept is you got professional dancers and they take athletes, former athletes, stars, movie stars, whatever,
Celebrities.
celebrities that have no technical dancing in them, right? And they come together and they do all these ensemble dances, different genres of dancing, right? One, the outfits are definitely racy, right? But it's dancing, okay? The moves are provocative. So if you know anything about Spanish, salsa, samba, all these are hip moving dances, cultural dances, man. Okay, they have a thing down there in Brazil, South America, in a place called Carnival. Okay,
Mhm.
Carnival, right? It's very big in Latin countries, man, for real.
Mhm.
And it's an expression of their culture. It's like the food is vibrant. It's like the food is vibrant. So for a person that didn't understand that and you saw it, you would be very disrespectful. Why are they dancing like that? Why are they wearing that? Why are they doing it? Why are they doing? But you just offended them because that's what is major. And it's like coming to America and you don't celebrate Christmas, and then you go around somebody who celebrates Christmas. You say, why you put that tree up with them lights? Why you do all that? Why you put all them lights on you? Why you do that? What? Why you give your kids them presents and wrapped up in? Don't you know the meaning of Christmas and the bulbs? What? And if I did, who cares?
Yeah.
That doesn't matter. Don't ruin their joy because you just want to be a sourpuss. We don't care about the history lesson. Right now, at this point, it's about kids having fun, opening some presents, enjoying themselves. Whoopee wee whoop. We don't need a history lesson. Okay. We left for the scholars and the philosophers. Go in your little groups, study, do what you do. And it's cool, Jack. But don't rain on somebody else's parade because you might not be enjoying it. Stop it. Stop it. Grow up. Grow up.
100%. You just live your life. Stop putting your principles on me. Because if we break it down, your principles probably cross each other, and you're just a hypocrite
That's facts. That's facts, bro.
and immature, and you just want to have it your way. But
Yeah,
America's not Burger King. So,
it definitely ain't Burger King.
just let us live our lives, and we can agree to disagree, like you
There you
said
go.
before. Agree to disagree. All right. We got a little heavy there, but that's
Yes,
cool.
sir.
It goes like that sometimes. So, leading up to the Super Bowl was the NFL honors. I wrote down the main the main category. See if you have any issue. We both said MVP should go to Stafford. It went to Stafford.
Yeah. Close race, too. Close race.
By one vote. By
That's
one
crazy.
vote. Somebody did a first place vote to Justin Herbert. If he wouldn't have voted for Herbert and would have voted for Drake May,
It'd have been tied?
it would have been tied.
Wow. It'd have been Cole MVPs. Because then Peyton Manning and
Peyton Manning
McNair,
and Steve McNair.
well, that year they got co-MVPs. You know what? Honestly, would you have been I ain't gonna say offended, but surprised, or you would have think that Matt Stafford got robbed?
I wouldn't have liked it. I think Drake May had a good year, but Stafford threw for a lot more touchdowns. I think just Drake May had a really good year. I think Stafford was clearly the guy, and whether it's by one vote or 20 votes, I'm glad he got it. I would not have liked the tie. I would not have liked it. I would have rather Drake May won it on his own than for there to have been a tie. Because I don't like the tie between Peyton Manning and McNair. It should have been one or the other.
Yeah,
I think I don't ever think something like that should ever be a tie. I think there should always be an odd number where someone gets in, someone doesn't, like the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? Bobby Wagner got the Walter Payton Man of the Year. So that was really good. Jackson Smith and Jigba got Offensive Player of the Year. We both thought McCaffrey was going to get that.
I thought he deserved it. I thought, man, that one right there is a toss-up with me, bro, because there was so much that was required of Christian McCaffrey, man, in that system, man. He was the threat. He was the guy. He was the only offense. I thought he deserved it, man. Yes, JSN put up some huge numbers. He was a threat. He was a problem. He was electrifying. But what Christian McCaffrey had to do, though, I just thought that he deserved that more than JSN got it.
Well, I said that he deserved it, so I'm in agreement with you there. Myles Garrett got Defensive Player of the Year.
Surprise.
Unanimous.
No surprise.
Unanimous.
No surprise.
So Coach of the Year was funny. Tiffany Haddish presented it. She was struggling to read off the teleprompter, even said, I could read, y'all. And then not once, but twice named Mike Verbal Coach of the Year. Congratulations, Mike Verbal. I know that they want to get celebrities for these things, but can you get people that watch football?
Please.
Can you do that?
Well, at least get them backstage and prep them. At least.
Yeah. I mean, she know who the nominees are.
Jeez Louise, Jack.
Jeez Louise is right. I mean, this was his moment as a coach. Yeah. This is the pinnacle, and and she doesn't say it verbal. She said it twice. Tadaro McMillan got Offensive Rookie of the Year. I was a little surprised with that.
I mean,
I was a little surprised. I thought it was going to either be Shook or Dart.
I mean, Ted had a good year.
He had a
good year. So I'm not even in disagreement with that. I didn't even think about Ted. I said, you know what? He did deserve it. He deserved it. He had a good year. He had a consistent year all through. You know, Dart had, concussion problems. Shuck didn't come on till late. So if you look at the rookies who was consistently playing all year, it was Ted. And he had big games. He made Carolina relevant in the weak division.
Well, now, Carolina has a number one wide receiver, so that's good.
That's
good. We thought Carson Schlesinger would win Defensive Rookie of the Year, and he did win Defensive Rookie of the Year. Christian McCaffrey didn't go home winless, though. He won 2 awards. He won Comeback Player of the Year, and he won the Salute to Service Player of the Year. And which was cool about that was his father, Ed McCaffrey, was the presenter of that Salute to Service. So that was pretty good. Caleb Williams won NFL Play of the Year. Of course he did.
Oh, yeah.
And my guy, Joe Tooney, won the NFL
Yeah,
Protector of the Year.
yeah. All right,
Offensive lineman of the year.
all
That's a
right.
relatively new award. I think it's only like the second year that they've had that award. But yeah,
I mean, man,
all pro again on his third
hey,
team.
what
He's an
money
all
well spent?
pro.
Money well spent for y'all, because that line held up well. That line, because that was y'all biggest issue underneath Eberflus's reign, is that your O line was just bad. It was terrible. Uh, and now that became one of y'all strong points.
Now we got to get a left tackle because Ozzy Trapillo tore his tibia
Mm,
in the game against Green Bay, and he's out a year. They said he won't be back till December.
mm.
So they got to get another left tackle. That sucks. All right. And the Hall of Fame, the announcements were official. First ballot, guys, was Drew Brees and Larry Fitzgerald. Any problems with that?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sirree, Bob.
I think second ballot, I believe Luke Kuechly. He
Okay.
got in.
I like that. Yeah, I like that.
I like him. I think I could have waited a little bit, but all right. I'm fine. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer. Whether he gets in now or gets in 5 years, to me, he's a Hall of Famer. Kicker Adam Vinatieri
For sure.
gets in.
For sure. For sure. For sure. Of
And
all the kickers, who you remembered? Him.
yeah, I remember him in the snow
Yeah.
against the Raiders.
He then went to Colts and did his thing.
Yeah,
Like,
even with the Colts. He,
yup.
people forget he won a Super Bowl with the Colts against
Sure
my
did.
Bears.
Sure
My
did.
Bears.
Sure did.
And the senior vote went to Roger Craig. That is the one that kept out Bill Belichick. Oh, that's so great. That
You know
is
what? Do
so
you agree
great.
with Randy Moss saying that he don't believe that the writers, people who have not
No,
played the sport, should
no.
be the ones in
I
charge?
don't agree. I don't agree with that because he never said that up until this year. He never said that. All of a sudden, he believes this now. Look, they got the vote wrong this year. They got to maybe change something with the vote. But these Hall of Fame, these guys are writers. These
Yeah,
voters were around before Randy Moss ever played,
that's
and they're
true.
going to be around way after he's been retired. You know, he didn't have a problem. It's not Hall of Famers that voted him in as a first ballot. It was writers.
The writers.
Okay, it was guys who didn't play. So for Randy Moss to be like, "Oh, I don't think." Listen, man, he didn't get in. What I don't like about it is I just wish the guys who didn't vote for him would say he got caught cheating. He got caught cheating 3 times. 3 times. Videogate, Deflategate. And you remember that Cincinnati game?
Yep.
He got caught cheating again. 3 times. So he didn't learn his lesson. Oh, everybody does. Okay, everybody does. Probably everybody does. But he's the one that got caught.
I'm
3
just saying.
times.
As they said, somebody keep
3
winning.
times.
They always told me as a gambler, if somebody keep winning, either they know something you don't know or they cheating.
I just would have respected them saying, yeah, we caught him cheating. He got caught cheating. He's not getting in first ballot.
Yeah.
He's not getting in first ballot. Robert Kraft is going to have to wait a little bit. And guess what? When Tom Brady comes up, be consistent instead of, oh, I'm not going to, like Tony Dungy, I'm not going to say who voted what and blah, blah, blah. And I don't understand. When I went in, there was 6 people who got in. Now there's only 5. Last year, there was only 4, blah, blah, blah. Look, man, can we just be consistent? Belichick deserved to be in, or he didn't. But don't tell me, oh, I was afraid Roger Craig wasn't going to get in this year, so I was just assuming Belichick will eventually get in. That's not why. That's not why. You didn't vote for him because he got caught cheating. So just say it. Just say it. You don't like how he talks to you after a game. You don't like that he doesn't give you anything on a Wednesday. You don't like how he talks to you. And this was your way of getting back at him. This was your little bit of power. Little big man syndrome. That's what it was. So just be honest about it. I'm okay with him not being first ballot, but I don't want him first ballot because he got caught cheating. I don't want it because you were afraid Roger Craig. All of a sudden now, Roger Craig had to wait this long, but this year he needs to get in ahead of Belichick, who won more Super Bowls than anybody else as head coach.
Yeah,
He won 8 in total, 6 as a head coach.
yeah,
But he was defensive coordinator on those 2 giant teams with
yeah,
Parcells.
yeah.
Come on, man. Come on, dude.
His resume definitely
His
is
resume is
all
undeniable. It's
undeniable.
undeniable. So if you want to
Yeah,
want to poop on his resume because of the cheating, and that's why he doesn't get in, then just say it.
let's say
Don't
that.
don't don't don't
Let's
do
say
this
that.
other
Let's
stuff
just say
because
that.
I
I
don't
can live with
respect
that.
it.
I can live with
Um,
that one too. He cheated, cool. On to the next year, whenever he's up for it again. Cool. But for his resume, what he has done for the game, regardless, yeah, is undeniable. And
I,
Kraft taking that franchise, undeniable. So yeah, he
I
got
don't
the nod
understand how
because
Kraft isn't in.
I don't
Kraft
need.
Kraft Kraft has had 3
Once
different
again,
eras going to the Super Bowl.
I,
Head coach, quarterback, 3
I,
different times.
I guess what happens off the field does matter. So
I guess so. I mean, to me,
I mean,
I think that's a little ridiculous.
there you
But
go. I thought they was just football. I ain't know that it was outside. I ain't know it was a character thing too that was applied to the thing. I thought it was just your resume on football. You know,
probably didn't like when a lot of those guys when they went and won the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl, I think it was the one against the Seahawks when Tom Brady got suspended for Deflategate and had that 4 game suspension, and then they wound up winning the Super Bowl that year anyway. And you had like Patricia wearing Roger Goodell with the clown nose and stuff like that. That probably came back to bite him a little bit because if you're the owner, you see that your coaches are dressed like that, and you let them come off the plane looking like that. That was probably Goodell saying, "Okay, you made me look bad that day. I'm going to make you look bad this day." They're all connected. It's not a coincidence that Belichick and Kraft both didn't get in. Not a coincidence. Both guys should have gotten in this year. As a matter of fact, Kraft should have gotten in before this year. You're going to tell me Jerry Jones deserved to get in before Robert Kraft?
I think so. Not only not because of the football stuff. I mean that too, but just it was through him was a lot of things happened for his owners and just the league in general. You know what I mean? Like you got to think prior to him, man, they only had one sponsor of if it was Adidas or Nike, whoever it was. You feel me? You couldn't have your own individual things going on. You had to get a league approval, and he
That,
took the bullet for a lot of them jokers, man, for them to make.
okay, he did some of that, but I
They
don't. Dude, Robert Kraft has got 8, no, 6 Super Bowl wins and 11 appearances. Come on,
Once
bro.
again, I'm
Come
telling you,
on.
it's all field stuff. It was the cheating stuff.
Okay. All right. But so that is the end of the year as far as football stuff goes. Now we are getting ready for the draft, free agency,
Yeah,
all that stuff. So we will keep you all in the loop as far as that goes with football. But now we got to get into, other sports. We got to go heavy.
let's go.
Trade deadline came and went with the NBA. Any thoughts on what's going on with the NBA right now?
No, man, we got this NBA All Star game coming up.
We
Um,
do.
it's the world versus the USA, which would have been a great game. I think would have been a great game if the game wasn't what it is now. If it was back when Michael Jordan and boys was playing basketball, my goat, uh, they
My
actually went.
go-to.
Yeah, they went. They actually played. They
Mhm.
played the game. Fourth quarter was really like a basketball game. Uh,
Yeah.
this is a joke. It's a joke. I don't care how you word it, how you group it. If it's first it was Team LeBron, and then whoever is the top goal getter get to pick the team. Then it went there. They so confused. They didn't make such a great event, such a laughing joke. For real, it's bad, man. Between them and Pro Bowl football, it's just bad. It's just bad. I don't want to see no flag football.
Well, at least I like that better than what it was.
With
I like the flag football and the skills challenges and all that better. I'm not saying I like it a lot, but I like it better than the fake football that they were playing.
Yeah, I get
The
that.
no tackling, the
No
no
tackle,
hitting, the
yeah.
no blitzing. I didn't like that.
That was cheesy. Like them two sports right there is just bad. Baseball, you can't cheat the sport. You can't. It's just they play.
Baseball has the best
Yeah,
All-Star game
yeah,
because
yeah,
they're really pitching and they're
yeah,
really hitting.
yeah. They really, yeah. So baseball is top of the line, and hockey. I like hockey because hockey don't take no
Hockey,
game.
they don't hit though.
Oh,
They
they
don't
don't hit
check.
hockey. They don't check
They
in
don't
hockey.
that's why it's always a high scoring game.
Yup, yup.
Like 9-7.
I get it. I guess they don't want no injuries, and the game's supposed to be
Hmm.
fun for the fans because it's really for the fans. I
Hmm.
get it, but I don't want to see no 200 point game. I just don't. And I ain't talking about
It's
200 for the total. I'm talking about for one
unwatchable.
team. Not the
That's right.
total. For
One
one
team will score
team.
200.
No, that's crazy, man. That's ridiculous, man. Nah, man, no. So I used to be looking forward as a kid. I used to look forward to two sporting events as a kid. I look forward to when that was March Madness, which I still do now. Is March Madness just can't they ball straight up. It's the madness. And it was always the All-Star game, man. Like that was my thing, man. I was hoping, as a kid to go to an All-Star game, or when I got older to go to an All-Star game. That is not on my bucket list. I would do it just because I want to say, Gil, we did it. Because we are influencers, we do our podcast when it's sports related. So I would do it just because it's sports related. You know what I mean? And it's just to take it in, take the whole thing in personally. But look forward to it to watch it. No, I'm watching it. I'm not. I'm not watching it. I'm just not.
Right. You want to see a good All-Star game? Watch the 1993
Yes,
All-Star game.
that was a
That
good
went
game.
to
Yeah,
legit
yeah,
overtime.
yeah. That was a
Legit
good one.
overtime. That
And
was
it's
a good
crazy
one.
you mentioned that because every time I think about a real All-Star game, that's when it pops in my brain. I can
Hmm.
still see it now, even
I
with the
remember
uniform.
Ewing hit the shot,
Yep,
the jump shot to send them into overtime.
yep. That's a good game.
That
That's a
was
good
a
game.
good. That was a
That's
good.
a
But the
great game.
'92 one was really good. What
Yep, yep.
Magic going up against Isaiah. The
That was a good one.
'94 one was really good. Scottie Pippen won the
The
MVP on
MVP.
that one.
Yep. The 90s, man. Even
Yeah,
Kobe
man.
gave us some good games. The year Kobe was balling. Even they gave us
Hmm.
some good NBA All-Star games.
There was some pretty good
I
ones
think
there
it, I
too.
think it went bad when LeBron took over the league. That's when it went to crap.
If I say that, I'm a hater.
It went to crap. Yeah, the
The
king made the league crap.
self-proclaimed king,
Yeah,
not my king.
in my
I'll tell you
king.
that. Not my king.
And before
Elvis Presley is my king.
you can't like Elvis Presley in the United States of America. That's racist.
Well, that's what Chuck D said. He said he called
You said it.
Elvis and John Wayne racists
That's what he said.
in Fight the Power.
Fight the power. And you know what, Gil? Before we get at the end of this joint soon, I did not know because now the Winter Olympics is here, and honestly, the only thing I'm looking forward to is really just the hockey part. I'm lying, y'all. I just want to see the hockey part. That's it. Call me whatever you want to call me. I don't want to see speed skaters. I don't want to see the slope. I don't want to see the toboggan. I'm sorry. I just don't. Yeah,
You
the
don't
black.
want to see the curling?
I don't want to see none of the curling.
You
I'm
don't want to see
sorry.
the bobsled?
Don't. I'm sorry, y'all. Only thing I really care about is the hockey. Okay. Because I think Team Canada is going to be dope. I think USA going to have a nice squad. I think I would like to see them for the gold. I think that's going to be great. But I mentioned this because you know what I saw the other day, man, and I really understand why you said this was the greatest sports story ever. The
Oh my
19
gosh. Are you about to say Miracle, the Boys of
Yes,
Believe?
I
I have
saw
this
it.
written down here to recommend
I
it.
saw it.
I saw it
Oh,
today.
oh my goodness. I get it now. Like I really do. You are right. For real. I did not know the Russians were that good. You hear me? They were beating people 17-3.
They were
15-4.
all-stars. That was an
They were
all-star team.
and I didn't understand that the USA had college boys. I didn't know. I thought, I'm thinking like, yeah, it was professional players. Why would
Mm-mm.
I didn't know they were college boys playing
Mm-mm.
professional athletes in the NHL. Wasn't even like it is now. It wasn't like it is now. It wasn't that. It wasn't the big dog it is now. in the 80s. It wasn't. So you had the top, because Minnesota was the top
In the
college
country,
team,
Minnesota.
and Boston College. That was a combination of teams, and it was genius for the coach with that game plan he put together. He said, "Yeah, they're bigger, but y'all gonna be faster. The speed will outdo the physicality, and for them to beat them in New York and had to play Finland
Lake Placid, yep.
and to play Finland afterwards, which was another great team.
Another
Like the
good
road
team.
to the goal was not easy.
Yeah.
They were not supposed to win.
They had to tie Sweden at the very end just to continue on. They almost got eliminated at the beginning playing Sweden.
Yeah. Miracle on Ice was definitely I love that documentary because it gave me a total insight of the significance and how great that game in the moment really was. So if y'all, I know Gail's probably gonna mention it before the podcast is off. You gotta see it. You got to see it.
I had it right here. It was going to be the last thing I mentioned. Miracle, The Boys of 80, which means 1980. It's on Netflix.
Yes.
There have been other documentaries on this team, and obviously there was a movie called Miracle starring Kurt Russell, which was very good. But yeah, when you see the real guys and they show their families and they show how it built up, the first game it was half empty. And then, as they start winning, the momentum comes, the USA chants, the American flags, something like that brings this country together.
That's a fact.
Something like that. It took a hockey game to bring this country together. And it wasn't about hockey. It was never about hockey. It was us versus them. They were Goliath, we were David, and David slayed Goliath. And it's the best sports story, sports moment ever. And I don't think anything's ever going to top it. Al Michaels saying, "Do you believe in miracles?" Yes. I mean, that just puts the cherry right on top. Right on top.
You know what I thought?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Thought of, man, after that, I said, man, I wonder what happened to that Russian team, man. Did they get Ivan Drago when they went back to Russia? Because, the USSR was rough, man.
Well, it's funny that you say that because there is a 30 for 30.
Is it?
And it's the aftermath of that Russian team. Yeah, they did not it had a bad effect on them. They no longer were like the invincible team after they got beat. Yeah.
In Russia, that wasn't good, was it, man? Going back to Russia.
No, and you got prime ministers and stuff like that. Yeah, when they're expecting a gold medal and you're showing up with the bronze.
Did KGB knock on them doors, man?
Man, I don't know. I hope not.
Man, I hope not, man.
I hope not. I hope not. Yeah, I was going to mention that. And one last thing before we get off, on Sunday is the Great American Race, the 68th rendition of the Daytona 500. That's this Sunday at 2:30 p.m. on Fox. So check it out. NASCAR is back. There used to be a 3-week gap between the Super Bowl and NASCAR, so they could really promote it. Now it's the very next week. And I wonder what they're going to do once they go to an 18-game schedule, the NFL. Because what the NFL is not going to do is they're not going to start the season earlier.
No, they're not.
It'll finish later, won't start earlier because they don't want to start the season until after Labor Day weekend.
Yep.
So that's how that's going to go. Anything else you want to add, brother?
Oh, man, just stay healthy, man. Think great show, man. And for anybody that, agree, disagree how we feel, it's cool, man. Look, comment, it's okay. Feel how you want to feel, man. And we in this country, man. And unfortunately, man, people, make this thing bigger than what it is, man. And the golden rule of life, man, just treat your people how you want to be treated, man. It's just that simple. And you want to be treated like a-hole, cool. You get it right back. You want to be cool, be cool.
Want to thank everybody for tuning in to the What's Good with Gil and Larry podcast. You can catch us on the Box Office Buzz 302 YouTube channel every Tuesday at 9:30 if you want to watch us live, and you can always go back at your leisure and check out any of our episodes. So for my main man, Larry Loper, I'm Gilly Rosari. We'll catch you next Tuesday. We'll be talking more basketball and what's ever worth mentioning because it's sports and entertainment.
Yes, sir.
I'm Gilly Rosari. Deuces, y'all.
Deuces,
Leave a
man.
comment, like, subscribe, tell a friend.
Tell a friend. Woo woo.